Okay, so this is a video on basic ignition timing if you don't have a timing wheel or a dial indicator. There's another way to do this and find your ignition event, and with basic simple stuff you can do this. So with here, what I've used is a pen. Took the inside out, and basically you just got a pen here. An ignition event usually happens, about 2 millimeters or so before top dead center. This motor that I'm specifically doing this demo on, which is, I guess they call them the PK80 or something like this. It's got you got the stator here, and if you look really close, right here, where that middle one is, that middle magnet, if you just line it pretty much straight with the transfer port here, it's sitting at top dead center. That's really top dead center right there. That's top dead center. I'll explain the marks in a second. So, if you take this pen, you put it inside of the cylinder. Remember to remove obviously the spark plugs out, but you put it inside the cylinder there. And if you look right across the head, you'll see where the actual tape is. So I've actually made a mark. Right? You just kind of eyeball it, look at a focal point there and find an area where you can make a mark. Now, that little space that you're looking at in the blue, you can even see a little bit of a red mark there. That is exactly 2 millimeters difference. So if I advance this this stator here, you will actually see this. This will actually move in. So that's 2 millimeters. I've marked it with a ruler. So just between that gap right there, that's 2 millimeters. So in between there, that's when the actual ignition event is going to happen within those marks. Any more than that, I'm not really going to suggest that myself, but for the guys that are into super tuning and all these things, they will mess around with this a little bit more. But like I said, this is just strictly for demo purpose, right? So just for you to have an eye opener here, just for you to see what's happening. So if I take this and I just turn this back right to there or so, you'll see, when we look across the head now, you see, so right in there is exactly where it's going to fire, in that range somewhere. So this is for demo purposes, right? Just to give you a better idea. But this is advanced quite a bit. So when you look, you can even just look right across here. It's definitely right in between this area here is where the motor is going to fire. So if I take this and I go back a little bit more, it's going to advance even more this side here. And if I go back this way, I bring it back this way, I'm obviously retarding it, like I said, but it is for demo, right? You can see it's just the magnets alone there make this thing, it flips back any which way it wants, right? But for demo purposes. So this is just to help the guys that don't have a dial indicator or a timing wheel, right? So that just gives you a better idea. You got your top dead center right there. You make sure you make your first mark, and then you go 2 millimeters up from your first mark. Once you got the pen in there and you got top dead center, you just find your mark, use your eyes or focal point, and you got that line right there. 2 millimeters up from that line, make another mark, and there's where the ignition vent is going to happen without a dial indicator and without a timing wheel. So yep, just for tuning purposes. And on this particular build that I've been working on, you guys will get more of it, and the actual specs, everything, once I get it all together, and real life data, I'm gonna give it to you, everything. So yeah, anyway, for now, see you soon on the channel.